Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. You may be able to see I've got rubber boots on today, and it's totally dry out here. We haven't had rain in actually quite a while, so the ground is hard, it's dusty. But the reason I've got boots on, we are taking the new cows across the creek to a new pasture. Anyway, before I move them, I just want to come out here and check, make sure they're all doing okay, make sure we don't have any trying to calve or having trouble calving. And we've actually got one brand new one, which from here it looks like a calf I will be pleased with. This cow, she wasn't showing at all until about 3 days ago, and then her udder filled up, was about to pop, and she was starting to loosen up. So she calved relatively quicker than I expected her to, and she had a little black baldy calf. And this cow is one of my favorites that I bought so far. She's built exactly how I'd want them built. Really small framed, perfect udder on her, and she's a relatively young cow. So I'm not going to touch this calf yet, but I do want to see if it's a bull or a heifer. And anyway, I'm going to give her time, let her clean it up, and we'll come back and check on it later, see what it is. Anyway, this calf will make 6 calves born out here. Actually, I guess 7, technically, if you count the heifer that I had to pull the other day. But there's one calf you haven't seen yet. This calf was born 2 or 3 days ago. There's the ones you have seen, got the white parks, and the other little baldy heifer here. It looks like she's got some crust around her eyes. But the one you haven't seen yet is this one right here. This is a 6-year-old cow. And she has a little Beefmaster look to her, or some kind of Brahma look. And she had a little red heifer that looks pretty much identical to her. So, and she's got a lot of milk. So calf was born tiny, which is great. So that may be one calf I consider keeping if she grows out well. But in terms of other cows getting close to calving, I've had my eye on this girl for a while. This little cow, she I think was a 3 or 5-year-old, I can't remember which. I bought 2 small ones. She's the part Jersey, I think. Anyway, her bag's filled up, but she just hadn't calved yet. And then this big girl here, she's starting to bag up. She's been bagging up for the last 3 or 4 days. And you can tell she's getting loose. So she's probably getting close, hopefully gonna calve here in the next 2 weeks. But other than that, I don't know that there's any other cows that are really close. All the heifers, of course, are making little udders, but heifers can make udders a month and a half before they calve. But I've still got my eye on them just in case. Anyway, now I've checked on them. I know there's not any trying to have a calf, so I'm gonna go ahead and move the rest of them besides the new one, and see if I can get them across the creek. So yeah, I'd like to get them moved before the rain comes. That way these new baby calves don't have to walk across 1.5 foot of water. So anyway, you can see the cows waiting on me there, but I got to go get the fence set up before I take them across. And this next pasture they're moving into, it does have some volunteer wheat, but besides the volunteer wheat, just like the rest of this rental place, has a lot of cheatgrass. And then other than that, there's just a lot of patches of weeds that have already seeded out and are dying. So what we'd like to do is get some more clover started, get some fescue going, and some Bermuda, and hopefully turn this place around. And I've got a brand new reel, trying to get it set up. This is a geared reel. I bought 4 of these now, and so far I really like them. Got poly braid, stainless steel, the cheaper version, so we'll see how long that holds up, but should be ready to pull it. fence didn't take too long at all to get set up. Probably took me 10 minutes to walk back and forth, string the wire and add the posts. And the acreage I'm giving them here is probably, I don't know, right at 3 acres roughly. I'm guessing they'll graze in here for about a day and a half, so I'll move them here in 2 days in the morning, since I'm moving them early afternoon today. And I will say, since moving this group pretty much daily or every other day, it has gotten a lot easier to estimate how much grass they need. All the big grazers in the business, they always say your grazer's eye gets better every day you do it. And I would have to agree with that. I've slowly gotten a little better after a month and a half of moving these things. Gotta turn my fencer off here. And we got the new baby across, so that's good. So that went pretty well. The only one I left behind was the one with the brand new baby, and she stayed back all on her own. You can see the cows completely leave most of the cheat. Once it's pretty tall, they don't really care for it. But hopefully I've got them tight enough in this pasture that they'll eat quite a bit of it and trample the rest. That's the goal. And these calves, I know based on looking at these two, they don't look too great, but the older ones, the bigger ones, like that heifer there, they're really starting to gain quite nicely on this pasture. So they're not getting any feed. The only supplement they're getting is mineral. They're not getting any feed, and they're probably gaining 1.5 pounds a day. So that's not bad for dairy cross calves, for sure. I am going to let them graze this riparian area just to clean up some of the grass. And then as they start heading through the gate there, once they're all out, I'll shut them out of this place. But and gotta take this solar energizer out to the new wire. Right now there's nothing on the wire. This is the same energizer I used for the pigs back when I had pigs and netting. And it's still holding up. I've had it for 4 years now, I think, maybe a little more than 4 years. and it's still staying hot and keeping the cows in. So this is what I use on my temporary wire that you just saw me set up earlier. And then on the perimeter wire, I have another more permanent energizer. It's also solar, but it sits on top of a T-post. And now to check on this little calf, if she'll let me. I'm just seeing what it is. It's a little heifer. Anyway, like I said, I know it's already nursed because while I was setting up fence, I could see it over here trying to nurse. So anyway, that's good news. That's one more calf on the ground. That's off to a good start. This evening I'll probably come back and try to get her moved across the creek with her new calf. That way I can shut the cows out of here completely. Most of the time within 8 or 10 hours, the calves are getting around good enough to walk 1/8 of a mile with their mother. So that's what I'll try this evening. But anyway guys, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got to start working on some thistle, which you can probably see behind me. This rental place is absolutely covered in thistle. So I got to get started on that. I've probably got 60 acres of almost pure thistle to take care of. So that's what's on the list for the rest of today. But once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And with that being said, I will see you all next time.